It was a normal Tuesday evening. I was heading to a work event, a small get-together with colleagues at a bar downtown. I knew my husband, Mark, was supposed to be at a conference, so I wasn't expecting to see him. I was wrong. As I walked into the bar, I spotted him across the room, laughing and talking to a woman. I didn't think much of it at first. Maybe it was a colleague from the conference. But then I heard him say it. "So yeah," he said, grinning at the woman. "I'm single, actually. Been single for a while now." My heart stopped. My ears started ringing. I felt like the floor was going to fall out from under me. "I'm his wife. I've been married to him for 7 years." I stood there, frozen, trying to process what I'd just heard. Was I dreaming? Was this some kind of horrible misunderstanding? I wanted to run over there and scream, but I couldn't move. Instead, I slowly backed out of the bar, tears welling up in my eyes. I couldn't face him. Not then. I needed time to think, to understand what was happening. The next few days were a blur. I barely slept, replaying that moment in my head over and over again. I tried to convince myself that I'd misheard him, but deep down, I knew I hadn't. When Mark finally came home from his conference, he acted like nothing was wrong. He kissed me, asked about my week, and settled into his usual routine. I felt like I was living a lie. I couldn't confront him directly. Not yet. I needed to know why. So I did something I never thought I'd do. I started snooping. I checked his phone, his emails, his social media. It felt awful, violating his privacy, but I had to know the truth. I found nothing, absolutely nothing that would indicate he was living a double life. It was like he had completely erased any trace of the woman from the bar and his single declaration. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. One night, after dinner, I sat him down. "Mark," I said, my voice trembling, "I need to ask you something. I was at that bar last week. I saw you talking to a woman, and I heard you say you were single." His face paled. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. "What?" he stammered. "No, you must have misheard me." "I didn't mishear you, Mark," I said, my voice growing stronger. "I heard you loud and clear." "Why would you say that?" He hesitated for a long moment, then finally confessed. Apparently, the woman was an old friend he hadn't seen in years. He had been trying to impress her, to appear more exciting and interesting than he felt. He knew it was stupid, he knew it was wrong, and he was incredibly sorry. I was furious, hurt, betrayed, but also relieved. It wasn't what I had imagined. There was no other woman, no secret life. It was just a dumb, impulsive lie. We spent the next few hours talking, arguing, and crying. I told him how much his words had hurt me, how much they had shaken my trust in him. He apologized profusely, promising to never lie to me again. We decided to stay together, to work through it. It wasn't easy. Trust is a fragile thing, and it takes time to rebuild. But we were committed to each other, to our marriage. I had been so focused on this one event that happened that I didn't realize that my job wasn't the job I had desired to be. There was also a deeper feeling of emptiness that I didn't recognize before. However, the questions of the job were left unresolved at the time of the video and left undiscovered as part of the research. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep watching such amazing videos.